My name is Laura Jean Waters, and I started working at Greenwich High School as a library media specialist in 2010, but this is my 21st year as an educator. I worked as a paraprofessional at Fairfield Ludlow High School, and my first teaching job was at Danbury High School. Shortly after that, I switched over to Wilton High School, but there were budget cuts. So I got lucky and I found that there was an opening in Greenwich. And what I loved about it when I got here was that I felt like I took the average of the three places that I had been and took the best of each and found them in this one high school. Working with students and being able to watch them grow and learn and just become adults as we see them over the 4 years that they're in high school. Working with students who are in the middle of the research process, and they have gathered all sorts of information, but very often they're stuck on how to now develop and move from knowing a lot about a topic to actually having a thesis and developing an argument. And my favorite thing is to sit with students one-on-one, have them tell me what they've learned so far in a very casual conversation. And by the end, the two of us can normally work through and figure out how everything that they've learned has actually led them to exactly where they need to go. And you see this moment where they just get unstuck, and then they can go on and work on the rest of their paper. It's really satisfying to see them go from being so frustrated to just being able to move on to the next step. My library media team is very special to work with because we are always willing to do creative and maybe a little bit crazy things to try to engage students. So whether it's putting up fun displays or trying out new things in the library, like bringing in game tables or puzzles or doing crafting or making sure that all of us dress up on spirit days, we're always trying to do things to make the kids really feel comfortable in the library and be happy to be here and enjoy our space. AP US history teacher from when I was a junior at Fairfield High. She always was so open to just being there for us as kids. My memories of her are less about the content that I learned in the class and a lot more about the fact that her door was always open. She always took a few minutes in class to talk about things that were really important to us, whether it was college or grades or standardized testing or prom or things like that. And she really made our class into a family. Both my parents came from very humble circumstances and worked extremely hard to ensure that my sisters and I had so much more opportunity than they ever had. And they always managed to prioritize us, to think through every decision that they made in terms of how it would impact us as their kids and, you know, what our futures would look like. And as a result, we had lots of great opportunities. We had lots of choice in our education, in what careers we wanted to pursue, and we're always supported in everything that we did. Fordham University, and my college attendance was following in the footsteps of both my parents, my three uncles, and my two older sisters. We're all Fordham grads. I did Fairfield University for my first master's and Southern Connecticut for my second master's. Make sure that they love the content that they're going to teach and to love the kids that they're going to teach. Without having both of those things in place, the days are going to be very long. To become an architect or some sort of designer, I am not sure how I strayed from that path, but I will say it's still something that's a hobby that I love to dabble in. Thank you for getting to know me, Laura Jean Waters.